here's a presentation. Psych! Well, technically it is, but this is more than a presentation. Dude, I can't even troll you. As a little kid, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 was my favorite moment in the entire series, and I know it's for everybody else as well, for like a lot of people. Dude, the moment where the Z Fighters were getting their booties kicked by Cell Juniors, my boy Gohan was stressing, and then the final nail in the coffin was when Android 16 got stepped on, and then Gohan fucking snapped. He, first things first, he killed all the Cell Juniors, grabbed the Sensu beans, killed everybody. Oh my days, top 10 aura moments ever. Me as a little stupid kid looking at that, oh my god, that was literally peak. Gohan is a peak character, and the disrespect this character, I mean, we don't know that yet, right? I'm about to show you if this character does get disrespected. There's things I can say about this Gohan, bro. Literally, when Gohan was toying around versus Cell, cause that was just his fucking Saiyan side, bro. He was having fun. He was having fun making Cell suffer because Cell made everybody else suffer. My boy was enjoying it, but he got cocky too much, bro. Cell was like, nah, finna blow up. I'm about to, right? You know that, right? I'm about to, that old meme, right? He literally did that. Then Goku's like, Gohan, you cool, but you kinda dumb. Now I'm gonna have to kill myself. And then Gohan had to fight super perfect Cell. Yeah, I love Cell Saga. I'm a Cell Saga simp. Okay, that's beyond the point. This video is called, does Omatsu have a burning hatred towards Super Saiyan 2 Gohan? Which we'll see. So as I said, like me and many others, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, probably the most hype-based moment in the entire series. Like, leaving fusions aside, Gohan is my favorite character other than fusions, and I literally explained to you why. I love Gohan, he's cool, my boy doesn't train or anything, but damn, you get him mad and he's like stronger than goddamn Beerus, bro. And I want to say one more thing as well. I know we got Beast Gohan, and Beast Gohan was literally #1 unit in the entirety of the game for a long time. But there's a thing in Dokkan. Units and their forms are different from each other. Let's give an example. Base Goku is different from Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Dokkan's more likely to make Super Saiyan 4 Goku better than Base Goku, but they're still Gokus, right? But they're different forms. So Beast Gohan is likely gonna be better than, let's just say, Ultimate Gohan, right? Actually, to be honest, Ultimate Gohan has been good throughout the history, but you get what I mean, right? Okay, so these are my 4. Okay, I was gonna make it 4. I'm gonna just do 3 because the 3 things these guys have in common, talking about AGL and Fizz, is that they're all part of a major celebration. The tech Super Saiyan 2 Bojack movie Gohan, he's not Cell Saga first of all, but he's still Super Saiyan 2. However, he did release on Christmas, so he wasn't like a big celebration like the other 3. But even on its release, he was good. He was nothing special, and he wasn't like big celebration as well. So we kind of forget about him, okay? So here's our 3 victims. First we got Int LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Then we got AGL LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Then we got the most recent 10th anniversary Fizz Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And I know I just called, technically in Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, he was a part of the Dokkan global anniversary, but he was a bait banner for the JP side. You can count him as anniversary or not, but because I'm a global player, I will. So let's talk about Int LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So to a lot of people's surprise, if you didn't know, on release he was extremely broken. He was the best LR released even after Majin Vegeta, STR Broly, and Goku Black and Zamasu came out. And he was the first summonable LR released on JP. And even after like those 3-4 LRs released, my boy was still considered #1. And this is because #1, he had 2 ki per orb, which meant that it was easy to get 18 ki supers. So it's easy to get 18 24 ki super attacks. And at this time, characters didn't have startup turn ki. One of the difficult things about the game was links and keys. To no one's surprise, early game characters were way more simple than characters right now. That's just natural progression. But literally this character, all you have to do is focus on him. You run orb changers, you give him orbs, he nukes. Simple. He was a nuker that could outdamage every character in the game with orbs. And I'll say he had a very solid link set because he had prepared for battle, fierce battle, and shocking speed. So he worked out with a lot of units. And the only problem with him was that he was int. And at that time, I would say int was the worst in the 3 hidden potential system because there was dodge, additionals, crits. I would say dodge was the worst, crits, additionals were the best. A lot changed, right? Bosses weren't hitting you, one-shotting you, and whatever. But that wasn't really a problem. I mean, the only problem with him technically was he only got defense from his stats and he had nothing on kit. So I guess he could get caught. But as I said before, early Dokkan was way different. Bosses really didn't do that much damage and you just ended up out damaging the boss. So it's a non-issue issue. But I'm gonna reiterate, he was the best character when he released. So we did have a number 1 Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but I wonder why he was so broken. Like, is there a reason why he was so broken? Maybe it was because goddamn Toshi was the director at this time, and I don't know why, but Toshi has an insane love for Gohan, and as a Dragon Ball Legends player as well, I know this firsthand. So it only makes sense that I guess Toshi was director at this time. We got a broken Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Toshi loves Gohan, good for him, I do too. I'm gonna be honest though, I don't know if Toshi was director even when Gohan came out. I know he was a Dokkan director before Legends, but I don't know if he was director when this Gohan came out. I'm gonna just say it for the agenda. Crimea River. Then after we have AGL, LR, SSJ2 Gohan. In my opinion, he's the most disappointing Gohan out of the 3 because getting him to Super Saiyan 2 was a whole challenge in itself. So there's 2 events, the event you're doing and transforming him, and I would say like he wasn't bad because he was considered the 3rd best LR on release behind Killing Caulifla and Gohan and Goten. But honestly that's a bad thing because they did release before him, and the fact that he wasn't the best AGL type character wasn't good. So technically Gohan wasn't bad, it was just that this character had the worst decisions ever made in Dokkan history. Also he was a KC victim. Man, Kill and Caulifla were a different type of demon, bro. Let's talk about this guy though. So his passive is he can transform into Super Saiyan 2 when his HP is 58% or less, already cringe, with the Android 16 on the team, or when HP is 58% or less with the Android character on the team from the 5th turn start of battle. Number 1, I'm reading a whole goddamn essay just to transform him. Automatically that's not good. Number 2, his leader skill was Kamehameha whatever, and then AGL whatever. So literally all they needed to do to make him okay was to make the Android 16 that released, I think it was with Cell, AGL, so we can run Android 16 with this fudging Gohan. But I don't know whose decision it was to make him int, and god, I can't even tell you how dumb of a decision this was. This decision still haunts me till this day, bro. This gotta be the dumbest decision in Dokkan history. They just needed to change Android 16's type, but nah, they didn't. And you know what this means, right? This meant that only one character could activate him, which was in Cell on his own team, or you had to run this Gohan on Cell's team. So this guy had triple R, not triple H's, triple R. He had a turn restriction, HP restriction, and a character restriction. Holy garbage. Holy garbage, bro. I don't care if he was usable, Super Saiyan 2 wasn't usable. So this character was garbage and disappointing, I don't care. So naturally the Dokkan community saw this. I actually remember when the data download hit, everybody saw his kit, everybody was being pissed, naturally so. And then fixed Gohan is something we got trending because naturally Gohan was bad. I think they fixed the character before. Let me think. It was Tech Gotenks? I forgot what they fixed, but we got something trending with Tech Gotenks and it was fixed. So we tried to do the same thing for Gohan because Gohan was a worldwide character, bro. He was Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, worldwide character. This character needed some respect. But even after our blood, sweat, tears, Omatsu did not give a fudging damn, bro. And I'm gonna reiterate, I don't think Omatsu was the director at this time, but I'm gonna push the agenda because I don't care. So he was mid, but then he got his EZA, and I would say his EZA was pretty good, but he was still never considered number 1. He stacked both on his 18 and 12 key, and he got additionals from his passive. Yo, I spelled additionals wrong. Yo, I made this presentation really quickly. Allow me, bro. I wrote a diagonals. I'm creating new terms, bro. I'm a trendsetter. But yeah, whatever. So he stacked on both attacks and he got additional, so that was pretty good. And he also had guard. Granted, it wasn't unconditional. He would lose it if he was under 58%. But that kind of works because if he loses his guard, he transforms and he's an excellent nuker. Kind of works out right. And sadly, like passive skills, not passive, I think it's like transformation skills cannot be changed from data downloads. So his horrendous transformation had to remain the same. But like more options released, of course, because we got Gamma 1 and 2. Both were really good. And he worked well with Birdku. And Piccolo, Vegeta Trunks, Cooler, Carnival Goku were considered better. Screw Cooler. Everything is true but Cooler. So he was probably 4 and 5. But he was really good, and he worked on Piccolo's team, and Piccolo's had androids on his team. He had a home, he wasn't homeless. But I don't give a fudge, bro. Easy A's is not the same thing as character releases, even though Easies are very good, but it's not the same thing. So for me, I do not care if his Easy A was good. And now the most recent one we have is Fizz LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I feel like Gohan is missing a lot. I'm not the first one who said this, but he's missing a lot. I wish like he had more damage reduction, or he was stacking defense so he would be good in festival battles. Or I wish like he didn't lose all his additional attacks from intro. This Gohan could have been so much more. He doesn't feel special. He's an anniversary character who doesn't feel special. You gotta be tripping on balls, bro. That's really ass. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Ooh, you're being too negative. Suck my balls, bro. I genuinely do not care. This was a fumble. Big fumble. And I don't mean what I said. I'm sorry, guys. But he was a fumble though. But like to me, he feels so bare bone that I don't give a shit, bro. I think Vegeta is better than Gohan because Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, he's actually a god in slot 2. And this Gohan is not a god in slot 2. He still dies from Jiren. Minus 55% and he died from Jiren. So yeah, he can die from Jiren. Talking about Red Zone Jiren, the Goku side, right? And like all the gimmicks you can say that work on Vegeta, like lock-in AoEs. Okay, not AoEs. I mean, actually, he will take AoEs better, but lock-ins and yada yada, the things Vegeta gets gimmicked by, Gohan also gets gimmicked by, so they both get clapped. The thing with AoEs is the only big boss that does it is it's the Int Jiren. Gohan has true type advantage over Jiren. Gohan does have damage reduction and 20% damage reduction on guard, so he's tanking at 0. But once these bosses are different colors, he will start taking damage, but not as much as Vegeta. I'll be honest though. But Vegeta tanks a lot too better than Gohan, and that's what I care about. I feel like his kit was designed to feel like the anime because he starts off with doing like 7 additionals because he fought 7 Cell Juniors, but then he loses all his additionals and has one big Kamehameha, which is supposed to represent his fight with Cell. But again, now you have to choose. Do you want to make him feel like the anime, or you want to make him ass? And they chose him ass. I mean, they chose both. What was I supposed to mean by that statement? Jesus, I don't even fudging know. But they could have made him feel special and better. But this Gohan could have been so much more. And it's sad to see because God, I love Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and they did him dirty. And the truth is, he's isn't good in the Festival of Battles, and he's not good in Battle Hardened Foes. He's technically only good in Red Zone. But as a side, he can die from Red Zone Jiren. What does this brother actually do? What does he do? What does he fudging do? What is his release? What was his design in mind? He is a fumble, bro. I don't care. I hate how overrated his damage is and how he loses things from his kit. Losing things from your kit in 2025 is crazy. Especially additional super attacks. That's just crazy, bro. And okay, I'll be honest, his active turn is insane. His active plus super attack turn is insane. He does guarantee crits too, but he should be hitting 1 billion damage, bro. No troll, they did this Gohan dirty, but I'm just sad, bro. He could have been so much more. He has some sick animations that are just gonna be wasted because he's a nincompoop. That's why. So TLDR, he's Dookie. Omatsu, please give me a broken undisputed #1 Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Please, man. Please. Please. Okay, yeah, Omatsu does hit Gohan. If you made this find the video, like, subscribe, and peace, and bye.